1980s gave us rock frontmen who were more than just singers. They were rebels, showmen, and cultural icons who ruled MTV and packed out stadiums. Some were outrageous, others unpredictable, but all of them left a mark that still echoes today. Later in this countdown, we'll get to a frontman whose sheer vocal power earned him a nickname that sounded more like a weapon than a singer. So let's count down from number 20 to number 1, the greatest rock frontmen of the 1980s. Number 20, Bret Michaels, Poison. With his bandana, blonde hair, and party boy grin, Bret Michaels was glam metal's most recognizable face. Poison's hits like Talk Dirty to Me and Every Rose Has Its Thorn made them MTV staples.
Listen to my favorite song, playing on the radio.
Critics often accused Poison of being more style than substance, but their record sales proved otherwise.
Every rose has its... Yeah, it does.
Rumor has it, the band's flashy image was carefully designed to dominate MTV's visual age, and it worked. Bret's charisma turned glam into prime-time entertainment. From glam gloss, we move to a man who turned goth gloom into a movement.
Show me how you do that trick. The one that makes me scream, she said.
Number 19, Robert Smith, The Cure. With smeared lipstick, wild hair, and a brooding voice, Robert Smith became the reluctant icon of alternative rock.
Show me how you do it, and I promise I...
Songs like Just Like Heaven and Lullaby defined the moody sound of the decade. While he often shied away from the spotlight, fans adored his eccentric stage presence. A persistent rumor claims he nearly quit music in the mid-80s due to burnout, but instead he delivered Disintegration, one of rock's most acclaimed albums. But while Smith thrived on introspection, our next frontman thrived on flash and fireworks. Number 18, Paul Stanley, Kiss. Even without the band's famous makeup, Paul Stanley remained the star child of Kiss. Through the 80s glam metal era, he commanded crowds with flamboyant stage raps and choruses like Heaven's on Fire. Known for his non-stop energy, Stanley kept Kiss alive during their unmasked years. Behind the scenes, fans speculated about growing tensions with Gene Simmons, but Stanley's charisma held the band together. He wasn't just singing, he was preaching.
Turn it up, hungry for the medicine. 2-5 step to the very end. No.
If you're enjoying this countdown so far, don't forget to hit that like button. It's free, and it really helps the channel reach more rock fans. From arena theatrics, we head to a voice that came roaring in at the end of the decade. Number 17, Sebastian Bach, Skid Row. With his model looks, towering stage presence, and incredible vocal range, Sebastian Bach burst onto the late 80s metal scene. Hits like 18 in Life and Youth Gone Wild made Skid Row overnight stars. Bach's wild antics, from stage dives to backstage brawls, fueled his bad boy reputation. Rumor has it he was nearly recruited by another glam act before joining Skid Row.
Since I was born, they couldn't hold me down. Another misfit kid, another bud.
But destiny called here. But if Bach was the flashy newcomer, our next frontman had already conquered the Strip years earlier. Number 16, Vince Neil, Mötley Crüe. As the voice of Mötley Crüe, Vince Neil was the soundtrack of Sunset Strip decadence. From Girls, Girls, Girls to Dr. Feelgood, his sneering vocals became synonymous with 80s excess.
Come on and be my baby, be mine tonight. Wanna love you, we call it.
Neil's lifestyle often made headlines, from backstage debauchery to brushes with the law, but it only cemented the band's outlaw reputation. Fans still whisper about the Shout at the Devil tour, where backstage antics sometimes overshadowed the music.
Show me what you're gonna do. Hit you.
Later in this countdown, we'll see a frontman whose theatrical entrances, complete with leather and a motorcycle, took heavy metal spectacle to a whole new level.
Oh, we're not gonna take it. Come on. Oh no, we ain't gonna take it.
Number 15, Dee Snider, Twisted Sister. Few frontmen embodied rebellion quite like Dee Snider. With his wild blonde curls, theatrical makeup, and snarling stage presence, he turned Twisted Sister into MTV anti-heroes. Songs like We're Not Gonna Take It and I Wanna Rock became rallying cries for an entire generation. But Dee wasn't just a showman. He famously stood up to the U.S. Senate during the 1985 PMRC hearings, defending heavy metal against censorship. That defiance made him more than a singer. It made him a cultural warrior. And if Dee was the spokesman, our next frontman was the seducer.
Hanging on the promises and songs of yesterday.
Number 14, David Coverdale, Whitesnake. When MTV wanted sex appeal, they turned to David Coverdale. With his bluesy vocals and smoldering presence, he powered Whitesnake to superstardom in the late 80s. The Whitesnake album spawned massive hits like Here I Go Again and Is This Love, boosted by iconic videos featuring Tawny Katane.
Oh Lord, I pray you give me strength to carry on. 'Cause I'm
Rumor has it, the label pushed for the glossy re-recording of Here I Go Again, specifically to match MTV's visual appeal, and it worked.
I should have known better than to let you go alone. It's times like these.
Coverdale was proof that image and voice could combine into megastardom. But if Coverdale was the suave crooner, our next singer was pure fire and fury.
Don't have to tell you I love you.
Number 13, Michael Hutchence, In Excess. Magnetic, mysterious, and effortlessly cool, Michael Hutchence was the perfect rock star for the MTV age. Songs like Need You Tonight and New Sensation showcased his seductive stage presence, drawing comparisons to Mick Jagger and Jim Morrison.
All you got is a small man. The 21st century's yesterday.
Fans whispered about his offstage romances with models and celebrities, which only amplified his allure. Tragically, Hutchence's life ended too soon in the 1990s.
now that the ticket is over. I got a new.
But in the 1980s, he was the ultimate crossover star, blending rock swagger with pop sophistication. From sultry cool, we moved to leather, spikes, and one of the loudest screams in rock. Number 12, Rob Halford, Judas Priest. The self-proclaimed metal god, Rob Halford, defined heavy metal theatrics. Riding onto the stage on a Harley, clad in leather and studs, he delivered piercing shrieks that rattled arenas. You've got another thing coming. An Electric Eye. Became metal anthems thanks to his commanding presence. Rumor has it, Halford's leather look was inspired by biker clubs in London, but it became the blueprint for heavy metal style worldwide. He wasn't just singing metal, he was living it.
Up there in space, I'm looking down on you. My lazy straight.
Oh, before we go on, I will be posting more videos like this, so please like, subscribe, and turn on the bell so you don't miss the next deep dive from Retro Rewind. Now from leather and fire, we head to a man who made stadiums roar with anthem after anthem.
Oh, the stony ground.
Number 11. Joe Elliott, Def Leppard. With his raspy yet melodic voice, Joe Elliott helped transform Def Leppard into one of the biggest arena rock bands of the decade. Pyromania and Hysteria were global smashes, filled with sing-along choruses like Photograph and Pour Some Sugar on Me. Elliott wasn't the flashiest frontman, but he knew how to command a crowd of 50,000 with a single chorus. And behind the success, whispers circulated about the pressure he and the band faced during the long, troubled sessions for Hysteria. Before we're done, we'll get to a frontman whose career revival in the late 80s shocked even the critics who had written him off.
If you twist and turn away.
Number 10. Bono, U2. With his fiery passion and social conscience, Bono transformed concerts into political rallies and communal experiences. During the Joshua Tree Tour, he'd leap into crowds, wave flags, and make the biggest stadium feel intimate.
If I could, I would let it go.
At Live Aid in 1985, he famously pulled a fan from the audience to dance, a moment that defined the power of rock to connect. Critics sometimes rolled their eyes at his grand speeches, but there's no denying his presence.
To be with you, but still.
Bono wasn't just singing songs, he was leading movements. From fiery activism, we swing back to raw flamboyance and high-flying vocals. Number 9. Steven Tyler, Aerosmith. By the late 80s, Steven Tyler had pulled off one of the greatest comebacks in rock. Once nearly destroyed by drugs, Aerosmith roared back with Permanent Vacation and Pump. With scarves draped over his mic stand and his wild strut, Tyler was equal parts danger and charisma. MTV-era hits like Dude, Looks Like a Lady brought them to a new generation. Rumor has it, industry insiders bet Aerosmith would never recover. Tyler proved them wrong, bigger than ever.
Every time that I look in the mirror.
And if Steven embodied survival, our next frontman embodied pure resilience with a voice built for the heavens. Number 8. Brian Johnson, AC/DC. Stepping into Bon Scott's shoes seemed impossible, but Brian Johnson pulled it off with sheer grit. His debut with Back in Black became one of the best-selling albums in history, powered by his rasping, thunderous voice.
I've been caught on the heels of a heartbreak since I started out with you.
Songs like You Shook Me All Night Long kept AC/DC blasting in stadiums across the world. Despite constant touring, Johnson kept a surprisingly low profile compared to his peers, letting his powerhouse vocals do the talking. He proved that sometimes the best response to tragedy is volume. But while Johnson blasted with grit, our next singer soared with pitch-perfect clarity.
A singer in a smoky room. Smell of wine.
Number 7. Steve Perry, Journey. Known as The Voice, Steve Perry's soaring tenor defined arena rock in the 1980s. Journey's Escape and Frontiers albums produced timeless anthems like Don't Stop Believin', still sung by millions today. Fans loved his heart-on-sleeve delivery,
I hope she holds on to it
while critics hailed his unmatched vocal control. Rumors swirled of tension within the band. Perry's perfectionism reportedly clashed with the rest of Journey, but that only fueled the mystique.
circus life under the big top.
With a single note, he could silence an arena. And while Perry inspired sing-alongs, our next entry proved that chaos and controversy could drive a band to the top too. Number 6. Ozzy Osbourne, The Prince of Darkness ruled the 80s with his unpredictable mix of madness and melody. With hits like Crazy Train and Mr. Crowley, Ozzy built a solo empire after Black Sabbath. On stage, his unpredictable antics like biting the head off a bat shocked the world. Yet behind the chaos was a performer who knew how to captivate. Some say Sharon Osbourne saved his career from total self-destruction, keeping him focused enough to remain a star.
Wondering, will Mother Earth survive?
Later in this countdown, we'll spotlight a frontman whose onstage acrobatics and outrageous antics made every concert feel more like a circus than a rock show.
You'll take my life, but I'll take yours too. You fire musket, but I'll run you through. So when
Number 5. Bruce Dickinson, Iron Maiden. Nicknamed the Air Raid Siren, Bruce Dickinson took heavy metal to theatrical heights. With operatic power, fencing-inspired stage runs, and Union Jack flag-waving during the Trooper, he turned concerts into epic battles.
reflecting on my past life.
Iron Maiden's Number of the Beast and Power Slave tours became spectacles unmatched in scope. Off-stage, fans were amazed to learn Dickinson was also a licensed pilot, later flying the band's tour plane.
Can I believe that what I saw that night was real and not?
He wasn't just a singer, he was a Renaissance man in leather. From theatrical might, we move to pure metal muscle and turmoil. We're nearing the end of our list. Can you guess who will be named the #1 rock frontman of the 80s? Drop your pick in the comments. Number 4. James Hetfield, Metallica. Hetfield was the Iron General of thrash metal. Barking over crushing riffs, he turned Metallica from underground heroes into arena giants. And Justice for All, and Master of Puppets, cemented his leadership, but it wasn't without cost. Rumors of in-band clashes and grueling perfectionism nearly tore them apart. Hetfield even survived a near-fatal pyro accident and played through the pain, further cementing his legend. He proved that discipline and fire could elevate heavy metal to global dominance. But if Hetfield was the general, our next frontman was the rebel heartthrob. Number 3. John Bon Jovi. Bon Jovi. With his feathered hair, megawatt smile, and endless hooks, John Bon Jovi was the face of 80s arena rock. Slippery When Wet and New Jersey delivered sing-alongs like Livin on a Prayer that united crowds around the world.
Worked all day, got jobs 'cause there's bills to pay. We got
Some critics dismissed the band as too pop, but John's charisma and relatability silenced doubters. Behind the polish, he battled industry skeptics who said glam-inspired rock couldn't last.
'Cause a bottle of vodka still lodged in my head and some blonde.
But Bon Jovi outlived them all. He didn't just sing songs, he sold optimism. Yet optimism wasn't what defined our next entry. Chaos and volatility did. Number 2. Axl Rose, Guns N' Roses. Axl Rose, the mercurial frontman, embodied both brilliance and destruction. Appetite for Destruction exploded with Welcome to the Jungle and Sweet Child O' Mine, making GNR the most dangerous band in the world, but Axl's unpredictable temper nearly destroyed it all. He stormed off stage mid-shows, feuded with bandmates, and kept fans waiting hours for concerts to begin. That volatility made him a legend. Thrilling, frustrating, unforgettable. And if Axl was danger, our number 1 was pure spectacle, the ultimate 80s showman.
What's that sound? Here she comes, full blast and top down. Hot shoe.
Number 1, David Lee Roth Van Halen. Diamond Dave was the quintessential 80s frontman. High kicks, karate splits, outrageous banter. Roth made Van Halen concerts feel like a rock and roll circus. The 1984 album gave us Jump and Panama, cementing his place at the top. Behind the scenes, his ego and constant feuds with Eddie Van Halen threatened to collapse the band, but that drama only added to his myth.
You got it tough. I've seen the toughest around.
He combined outrageous charisma, unmatched showmanship, and the ability to make arenas feel like wild parties. No one else captured the over-the-top spirit of the decade better than Roth. In the 1980s, he wasn't just a frontman, he was the show. And there you have it, the 20 greatest rock frontmen of the 1980s.
I live my life like there's no tomorrow.
From glam metal heartthrobs to heavy metal gods, each one left a mark that still echoes through rock history. But now, it's your turn.
You got to roll with the punches and get to what's real.
Who do you think deserves the crown as the ultimate 80s frontman? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this trip back through rock's golden age, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss another Retro Rewind countdown.
If I leave you tomorrow.
When you're on the street, you got to be able to pick out the easy meat.